You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Rodrance for Black and White Sports. Well, this is something we've been following very closely on the channel. Essentially, since Brady decided to retire, things started coming out. We started seeing smoke building of a retirement/unretirement from Tom Brady. And then we started speculating that there were issues in Tampa Bay related not so much at Bruce Arians at the time, but involving Bruce Arians / Antonio Brown / the fact that Tom Brady probably didn't want Antonio Brown cut from the team. Now, that would lead Brady to be not too happy with his head coach as he sets back, going, I'm 44 years old. I'm all in trying to win a Super Bowl. I don't care how Antonio Brown acts. I don't care. Get his ass on the field. However, we don't know that. That's speculation. But now there is real fire going. There's rumors of 49ers rumors of Tom Brady trying to get to his childhood team. I even speculate that if Brady comes back, it won't be for 1 year. It'll be for 2 years. That's just a feeling I've got. And the other day, a report surfaced from Rich Ohrnberger, who is a former teammate. And we're not talking about just a brief stint with the Patriots. We're talking about 3 seasons while Tom Brady was there, an offensive lineman. And Ohrnberger also has some ties to somebody that is on the Bucs coaching staff, and we will get to that as well. Because Bruce Arians come out, was livid, cussing about the report that there was a feud between himself and Tom Brady. A lot over offensive game planning, etc. Well, now we're finding out there's a new layer to this because he, in fact, had a feud with Byron Leftwich. So it's getting deeper and deeper, and there's been a double down here from Rich Ohrnberger, and he uses a word that indicates, I suspect greatly. We will. I don't know if we for sure know who his source is, but I honestly have one really good guess, and then another one that's obvious to the Bucs right off the bat. So Rich Ohrnberger doubles down on claims of Tom Brady, Bruce Arians dysfunction. Buccaneers coach Bruce Arians, and this is Florio, tried to shoot down former NFL player Rich Ohrnberger. Didn't work. So it didn't work that he tried to shoot this rumor down. After Arians' characteristically profane response to Ohrnberger's Friday's claim of tense and souring relationships in Tampa between Arians and quarterback Tom Brady, Ohrnberger doubled down with a series of Saturday night tweets. Ohrnberger began explaining that Brady and offensive coordinator Byron Leftwich were, quote, responsible for the entirety of the offensive game plan, and that Arians would take a figurative red pen to their work. Ohrnberger also said that Brady and Leftwich had, quote, major disagreements on strategy, especially regarding the running game. So there was a feud between Brady and Leftwich as well, possibly. Ohrnberger added, quote, at a certain point during the 2021 season, Brady successfully seized control of the offensive game plan, adjusting play calls he didn't believe would work. Added Ohrnberger, additionally, there was a feeling of resentment inside the building towards Arians. Now, Ohrnberger would go on to say the following. While others worked around the clock in Tampa to build a winner, head football coach Bruce Arians had a much lighter work schedule. And this is where it gets very interesting. Per impregnable sources. He's giving you an indication this is coming from one of two people. I'm going to tell you who I think it really is. Rick Stroud of the Tampa Bay Times, and we know Rick Stroud is the daily guy down in Tampa around the team, responded to Ornberger, contending that Arians took the job on the condition of not game planning and that there was no figurative red pen, that it was always Leftwich and Brady doing the game planning and that it worked. Ornberger replied, reiterating that his sources are, quote, impregnable. And by pointing out on-field success isn't an indication that relationships are or were on steady footing. That's a fact. We've seen feuds on teams, and teams still win a lot. Although Ornberger recently was duped into tweeting that the Chiefs quarterback told his fiancée and brother not to attend games because of their in-stadium antics, Ornberger backed off after he realized he had been fooled. On this point, Ornberger may indeed have impregnable sources. First, he played with Brady for 3 years in New England. While I'm not saying one of the sources was Brady, number one, they clearly know each other. Number two, Brady would be an impregnable source. I'm just going to tell you right now, my speculation is it's Tom Brady. I'm just putting that out there, but there is certainly another line to draw here. And it's somebody that would know as well. Second, the folks at JoeBucksFan.com have explained that Ornberger said on his radio show that he was talking to a guy who's pretty embedded with the Bucs, and that Ornberger played college football at Penn State with Buccaneers assistant A.Q. Shipley. How's the relationship between Ornberger and Shipley? A 2008 article in the Penn State school paper described Shipley as one of Ornberger's closest friends on the team. The following year, Ornberger posed as Shipley for a 15 minutes conference call with reporters. In 2018, Shipley appeared on Ornberger's radio show, and Ornberger opened the interview with this: "Teammate of mine, a guy who I love. This is one of my brothers." While it's considered taboo among reporters to guess their sources, parentheses, that's never stopped me, said Florio. Certainly not going to stop us. We're not in the media and we don't give a damn. Ornberger isn't a reporter. Also, he opened the door to this kind of stuff by dropping bombs on Bucko Bruce and calling the sources, quote, impregnable. Look at it this way: given the relationship between Ornberger and Shipley, common sense suggests that even if Ornberger didn't hear it first from Shipley, he surely would have run it by him. So in other words, he'd have reached out to Shipley, and if Shipley didn't shoot the rumor down, then it's pretty much fact. We can choose to believe or not whatever we want. I believe Ornberger. So do I, Mike Florio. As noted last night, I also believe Arians posted Ornberger's claims just a little too much, protested. So that's what we have. Not only did he hit back at Bruce Arians, he also hit back at Rick Stroud and told both of them, came out, my sources are impregnable. You could lean towards it being Shipley, but I got to tell you, I feel like it's Tom Brady. I do. I just have this feeling, him being an offensive lineman, Brady having worked closely with him being on the Patriots for 3 years, I have a feeling this is somebody. And look, it would not shock me in the least if it is Brady's camp and Don Yee trying to get this out in the stratosphere right now. I don't believe Tom Brady's retired for a solitary second. And all of this feels rushed. And if you look at all of Tom Brady's goodbyes, it seems, now that we look back, it seems like he was saying goodbye to Tampa, which makes a lot of sense on why you didn't hear a lot about the Patriots in there, at least till the next day when he got some blowback. I still feel like he was backed into a corner because of leaked reports. So, Tell me what you think, black and white sports fans. It's all speculation, but when somebody uses that word, and I agree with Florio on this, when they use impregnable sources, he's heard it from somebody either with the Buccaneers or somebody like Tom Brady himself. And there's certainly a connection there. This is getting very interesting. Make sure you hit subscribe. Peace. I'm out. Till next.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.